Good evening, I'm Bo Williams, and welcome to the 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories tonight. And topping the list for us today, Sean Finnegan was sentenced to death in a kidnapping, rape, torture, and murder trial that gripped our community. Finnegan was on trial for the death of Jennifer Paxton. Her body discovered in an Oak Ridge home back in 2020. At one point, it had even been stored in a freezer. Prosecutors say Paxton was lured into the home with the promise of a place to stay in 2019, also describing what she endured inside. Now, the jury found Finnegan guilty on 11 of the 13 charges he was facing Monday. And then over the last 2 days, the jury reconvening to decide if Finnegan deserved the death penalty, which, again, was handed down today. District Attorney General Dave Clark releasing a statement and said, quote, "Our thoughts are with the surviving family members of Jennifer Paxton who have suffered through this horrific process and who have had to hear the details of Jennifer's last days," end quote. We should point out that while Finnegan has received the death penalty, the legal fight may not be over. 6 News legal analyst Greg Isaacs explains.
So you're going to see appeal after appeal after appeal. There's going to be an appeal to the Court of Criminal Appeals. If that's denied, to the Tennessee Supreme Court. If there is no relief at that stage, it goes back to the trial court for a post-conviction proceeding to determine if his counsel was ineffective. That can be appealed to the Court of Appeals, the Tennessee Supreme Court. Then you go to the federal appellate level.
The death penalty cases have a different appeals process, as you heard, than other legal cases. And we should also point out that Tennessee's pause on executions is still in effect. That's because Governor Bill Lee ordered an investigation into the state's lethal injection protocols back in 2022. Remember that an independent report came out amid the probe found Tennessee has never fully tested drugs used in its executions. That investigation led to the Department of Correction firing 2 people who are said to have lied about testing the drugs for bacterial contamination. At the time that report came out, we told you that the state will likely maintain its pause on executions until a new protocol is in place. New information in a hit-and-run investigation in West Knox County. We're told no charges are being filed after a Knox County student was hit by a vehicle on the first day of school. According to the Knox County Sheriff's Office, on August 8th, a 16-year-old girl was sitting on the edge of Thornton Drive in Farragut looking at her laptop with her legs and feet in the roadway. That's when we're told a Ford F-450 turned onto the road and hit the teen. Now, we're told the driver went to the Sheriff's Office the day after and told them that he may have struck someone. The driver says he initially thought he hit a blanket in the road, so he drove away completely unaware of what had happened. The DA's office tells 6 News that it is continuing to investigate. Of course, count on us to continue to bring you updates as we get them. Drug overdose deaths numbers are trending in the downward direction for 2024. This is according to the Metro Drug Coalition. The note here is that there were 519 overdose deaths in 2023, a 5% decrease when compared to 2022. And though that downward trend looks to continue this year, there is a statistic on the rise that is catching the eyes of officials. The sharpest rise of overdose deaths is among those aged 15 to 24.
Either their friend group or they get a hold of something and they're not really sure what it is, right? And they take it, and they don't even have to be addicted at that point to experience the overdose. It's so important to continue having the conversations and finding the resources so that way when someone actually needs the help, that they have the resource and the opportunity to take advantage of that.
So far this year, 215 overdose deaths have been recorded by the Metro Drug Coalition. The victim in a fatal church fire in Athens has now been identified. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigations telling 6 News just before 8 o'clock, agents certified in fire and explosives responded to a structure fire. As we've reported, it was the St. Mark AME Zion Church. A woman, Linda Buchanan, was inside the building and died. The investigation is ongoing. Of course, we will continue to update you as we learn more. A Morristown man arrested today after he led officers on a chase. Jefferson City police say the driver of this Honda refused to stop when officers tried to pull him over, and a chase ensued. It didn't last long, though, and as you can tell by the picture, it ended up crashing on East Ellis Street. We're told the driver, a man by the name of Brandon Long, was caught after he tried running away. Police did not specify what he had been wanted for, but they did reveal that officers were alerted to where Long was with a flock camera. That's a type of camera that tracks license plates. A Hamilton County Jail employee facing charges after he was caught with drugs before the start of his shift. Michael Gibson, who you see on your screen, is facing charges including possession of Schedule I narcotics for resale, possession of Schedule III narcotics for resale, and possession of drug paraphernalia. According to Sheriff Chad Mullins, Gibson had heroin and pills in his possession when he was arrested. Sheriff Mullins, who was part of the investigation, said, quote, "We were watching for some time after receiving information. It's a huge disappointment. I hold our employees to a higher standard. We work hard to keep drugs out of our jail. It's a disgrace to have one of our own bring them in," end quote. Gibson had worked in the Hamlin County Jail for about 6 months. And for our final Big 7 story for you tonight, as the internet becomes more accessible, concerns among parents continue to grow. Some going as far as prohibiting all access to technology until the child reaches a certain age. One Knox County mom has taken a few measures to protect her kids from other internet users with bad intentions, covering her children's faces when she posts family photos online, even pulling them out of traditional public school. They are now schooled through a homeschooling co-op that is technology free.
I do think that technology is important for kids. I do think that they need to be tech literate and they need to be able to keep up with all the new things that are coming. But right now in elementary school, I don't think that's as an important thing as learning through play and learning how to be a good friend, a good classmate.
The McNabb Center says the best way to prepare your kids for the internet is to have open conversations with them about the risks.